Hey, what's up guys, welcome to FindGap YouTube channel, and in today's video I'm going to teach you how to perform edit operation in PHP. So in this video we will learn to edit a specific record using HTML form, PHP and MySQL. So without any delay, let's start. So first of all, I will open my browser and here I will type for like localhost and our folder name is db. And inside this folder we have a file name show-data.php that we create in the previous video. And here what we will do, first of all we have to display a edit button here. So I will open my code and at this position I will copy and paste this. I will remove this text and type here edit. And similarly what we have to do, I will create a table data here and an I tag, I opening and closing tag, and here I will give a class is equal to double quotation. So here we want to display an edit icon. I will open Google for that and I will search for FA edit. So we will use this class FA edit to display an edit icon. I will display that class here. Let me save this and refresh this so you can see that, friend. Here we have an edit icon. Now we have to make it clickable. To do that, we know that we use a tag for this purpose. So I will type here a opening tag and a closing tag will be held at this position before this td but after this I closing tag. Here we have to insert our a tag. So now you can see that these icons are become links and we can click on those links. Now what we have to do, by clicking on this link we have to move our user to a specific page where we will display a form to edit that information. So maybe we can create here a file like editinfo.php, and in the show data what I will do the same thing like edit-info.php, our file name, and after we have to type here question mark id equal to, we have to set this parameter to a URL. By using this technique we can identify that which record user want to edit. So here I will type for PHP opening and closing tag, and here I will try to echo row high big bracket and then single colons, and here I will type for id. So basically this link will here we are just printing an id, maybe 1 2 3 4, the record id. This is a parameter that we will set to the URL, and this is our file name edit-info.php. So now make sure to refresh, and when I will click on this at this position you can see the link. Let me zoom in a little bit, or we can right click on this and click on inspect. Here friends, you can see that edit-info.php question mark id is equal to 1. So when user will click on this link, it will move us to edit-info.php and id will be set to 1, or if I will try to edit the second record, id would be 2. Next we have to do one thing. Here we know that in the previous video we created a edit index.php file where we display a form to our user. So basically this code will require in this edit info file as well. So what I will do, I will copy this and paste this in edit-info.php file, and here let me refresh this. You can see that this is the same form, and here what we can do, first of all I will also copy these two bootstrap link and paste them inside our edit-info.php so I can use bootstrap here as well. I will give title to this page like update data, and let me remove into MySQL, and now you can see that. And similarly what we have to do, before this I will type here div dot, or we can type class to our each input which would be form control. Because we have pasted these two links so we can use bootstrap here, and I just have give here one class which is form control. And now when I will be refresh, you can see that this is a beautiful input field. Let me zoom out a little bit like this. And similarly what we can do, I will create here div.form container. Here I will cut this div from here and paste that div at this position so we can beautify our form a little bit. From here I will copy this form container file. I will create a style opening and closing tag inside my head section, and here I will type my class name. And next what we have to do, like maximum width would be 600 pixel. And one thing more, I will type here body and display flex, justify content center, align item center. So friends, you can see that our form is exactly in the center position of our screen. If we want to center it vertically, we can use this, like minimum height 100 view height VH. So friends, you can see that our form is exactly in the center position of our screen. And similarly, what we have to do, I will remove this BR tag from here and from here as well, because we are giving the form control class that will handle the line breaks. And here I will simply copy this form control class from here and paste this class here and here. So friends, now you can see that from here I will also remove this BR tag. Okay friends, I just have give width to my form 1000 pixel. So now you can see that this is our form to edit user data. And here what I will do, I will create an h1 tag like edit information, and similarly I will give it a class is equal to text hyphen center. Okay, now you can see that here we have a heading to our form as well. And to this input type submit, I will give a class like btn space btn primary. So now you can see that our button is beautiful. Here I will create a BR tag to create a space at this position. Okay, now what we have to do, suppose if user try to click edit this second row, which is which username is Fahim, what we have to do, we have to display the same record data at this position. So we know that we have an ID. So what I will do, here I will write some PHP code, PHP opening tag and PHP closing tag. And here I will create a query is equal to select all from, star means all, and from. Next what I will do, I will type here localhost /php myadmin. And we know that we were created our database named FindGap, and inside this we have a table named tbl underscore students. So I will just type here tbl underscore students. This is our SQL query, but I will type here a condition that where this ID that we want to fetch, where ID equal to, and we know that we can get ID easily from get method. We know that ID is set to our URL, and we can get this by using get super global. So I will just copy my this ID from there and paste at this position. Here I will press semicolon, and next I will click here run. We have to run our query, MySQL query. We know that this function get two parameters. The first parameter would be connection, but before typing this variable here, we have to type our connection. We can get from here. I will copy this and paste that connection at this position as well, like this. And now we can use this variable here, and similarly we have to type our SQL query at this position. We can give name to this variable like SQL, and here I will type SQL. And similarly what we have to do, I will type here row is equal to MySQL fetch array run. We have to pass our this variable at this position, press semicolon, and currently I will just try to show you that what would be this echo. I will type here pre opening tag print r, our row variable, and here I will type here pre closing tag. So now let me show you. So friends, you can see that it is displaying me both rows. Why? Okay, if you notice, this is only one record. We can also fetch the value by our column name like ID. These are our column names, email and phone number, and we can also fetch the value using index numbers, but I will choose this method. So suppose if we want to get this username, what we have to do, simply I will type at this position value. We know that we can give a value to our input using HTML, and here I will type PHP opening and closing tag echo row and name. I will copy this and paste at this position like this. Let me comment this from here. The variable that I am using at this position is exist here. So friends, now you can see that if I will click on this find gap record, it will display me find gap at this position. And if I will click on, if I try to edit the second record, it will display me Fahim at this position. And similarly, what we have to do, I will just copy this value from our first input and paste that value at this position and add this position as well. In the second position, I will type email, and from here I will copy the phone number, phone underscore number. So let me refresh, and when I will click on this, now you can see that the same information we are seeing of our record in the input fields. One thing you have to do extra, you have to create here an input, type would be text, and its value would be the ID of the record that you want to edit, like ID. Now this is an important thing, because when we will submit this form, we will also submit this input field data, I means the ID of the record that we want to edit as well. Why? Because using this ID we can identify that which record user want to update. So this is a primary key. That's why with the form we also have to send the ID of the record that user want to update. And here you have to type here one more thing, name is equal to, you can type here user underscore ID. We will use this name inside our PHP to get our ID. And similarly, let me refresh, you can see that here the ID is displaying at this position. But one thing you can do, you can type it hidden, because we don't want to display it to the user will unable to see this. But still, if you will inspect this, you can see that that input field will exist, but it will be hidden and user will unable to see that. Let me close this. And now what we have to do, I will create another file here where we want to submit this data. So suppose I will create here another file like update data.php. On this file we will submit our form. Let me close all the other files that are unrelated to us. I will also remove this file from here like this. So currently we know that we have opened the edit info.php. In the action I will type the second file name that I have created, update-data.php, that we have created here. It means that our this form will be submitted to this file. Here what we have to do, I will type here php opening tag, and first of all we have to get the username. So I will type here username is equal to, from here I will copy this name attribute, and because we are submitting our form using post method, so I will type post super global, this big bracket and single quotes, and inside this we have to paste our this key. Similarly, I will copy and paste this. From here I will copy the user ID and paste that at this position. So now we have stored our user ID in a variable by getting it from our form, so we can use this ID inside our SQL query to update our data. And similarly, I will copy this username and I will copy and paste this. Let me cut this from here and paste at this position. And in the last we have to also copy the user phone. I will paste at this position and at this position as well. So we have get the form data inside our these variables. Now what we have to do, we have to write our SQL query, and here I will press semicolon. We can easily get the SQL query from MySQL. So just make sure to click on your database, the table name, and after clicking on this table you have to click on this SQL tab, and from here click on update. Just copy this complete query from here and paste that query at this position. So if you will read that query with carefully, you will easily understand that this query means that update this table and set, you can set means update new values, ID is equal to value 1. We don't have to update the value, so that's why I will remove this column name from here. Second column means set name is equal to, I will just remove this text from here, and inside these single quotes I will type my username, and email is equal to our user email, and similarly phone number is equal to user phone, where ID equal to single quotes, and we have to copy this ID from here and this position. It means suppose if user have selected the second row to edit, I'm just writing my query that update this record which ID is 2. So basically this condition is very compulsory. If you will do a mistake at this position, what your this query will do, maybe it will update the value of all of your rows and you will lose your data. I already did this mistake few years before, so that's why I'm telling you. And here what we have to do next, we have to just run the query and MySQL query. The first parameter would be connection and the second parameter would be SQL. We have to press semicolon here, and from here, friends, we have to copy our this database connection and paste that connection at this position. We can write here like database connection, and similarly we have to type here that if $run, if means if operation becomes successful, what you have to do, you have to type here like header double quotes location, L will be in uppercase and remaining letters will be in lowercase. Next I will type here colon, and we have to go back to our showdata.php. So I will just simply copy this showdata.php file name from here and I will paste at this position. Here I will type question mark, and next we can set here a message like record, not message but a parameter, record updated, and from here I will remove this D and press semicolon here. So friends, let me show you what will happen. Okay, suppose we want to update this email of our this user. What I will do, I will click on this and here I will update this like fahim@gmail.com, and when I will submit this, you can see that the email has been updated successfully, and on our URL we have this is set automatically that record hyphen updated. So this is just because of our this header function. So what we have to do by using we can check that if this key is set to our URL, and this key will only set when user will update his record. So we can display a notification, a success notification to our user that your record has been updated. So to display the notification, what I will do, I will open the showdata.php file, and this was the notification code that we write before, notification of delete record. Just simply we need to copy this complete code and paste that notification record here. Open your browser, copy this record updated key and paste at this position. I will change the comment notification of delete record, notification of update record, and here we will display a warning, or we can display a success message, alert success. This is a bootstrap class that will display our notification in green color, and here we will display a text like success, our record has been updated. We will display this notification. So when currently you can see that because this key is set to our URL, when I will refresh, you can see that user will see this notification. So let me edit this again. This time I will edit my phone number. I will click on this edit. I will remove this phone number from here and I will type here a dummy phone number from 1 to 9, and from at this position I will type Fahim Hassan, which is my full name, and Muhammad Fahim Hassan. So I will type here like Muhammad Fahim Hassan. When I will click on submit, you can see that the record has been submitted, our phone number and my name as well. So friends, this was the technique by using we can update our record. I hope you must enjoyed this video. If you have any question, you can ask us in the comment section. We will try to answer your question, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel for our regular videos. And finally, thanks for watching.